Hey everyone, so my guest today is Adam. He's the founder of Split Hero, and today he'll be sharing the story on how he bootstrapped his WordPress plugin and how he's leveraging the platform to acquire new customers. So Adam, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, so first off, can you tell us a bit more about Split Hero? How would you describe it?
Yeah, sure. So, Split Hero, to sum up, would be it's a fast, easy, and effective tool to be able to run A/B tests on your WordPress site.
So, what's the business model of Split Hero? How are you making money?
Sure. So, we're actually, compared to a lot of plugins and stuff in the WordPress ecosystem, we're actually a SaaS product. So, we run on monthly subscriptions, we offer a free trial, and that's basically how we run our revenue stream.
Great. So, take us back to the early days. How did you start a business?
Sure. So, I've run an agency for probably coming up to 10 years now, and it's an idea I had for several years before actually sort of putting it into action and building it and sort of moving it forward. And for about 2 years, I'd always say to my friends in the pub, this is that there's nothing easy to use in the A/B system world at all. Like the nearest thing was playing at the time. I was playing with Google Optimize, which is it's great because it's free, but it was so complex to do some really basic stuff. And I was saying to people, I was saying, this is crazy. I can't believe there's not a better solution. Um, and that's when the idea sprang into my head. And like I said, I sat on it for about 2 years. And then my friends were like, well, why don't you just build it and see what happens? So that's kind of where we went. We went through an initial founding member scheme and sort of an alpha and a beta setup, then a lifetime deal, and then moved into sort of full public access.
So, the typical scratching my own itch, I guess. And, the thing is with such a business idea, it's always a question, is it just you with this problem, or are there more people that need it? So, a follow up question would be, how did you get the first users to your product?
Exactly. Yeah, it was scratching my own itch, and also trying to empower other agencies. I mean, I've got a lot of friends in the WordPress agency space, and everyone kind of avoids split testing and A/B testing and sort of CRO to a degree. Like it's a bad word. It was always a strange one. Like they know about it, they know they should be doing it for their clients, and they're kind of just not. Um, and whenever I had a chat with them, I said, well, why is that? And they just said, it's too complicated. They don't really want to learn a new tool or a new bit of software that's really hard to use. Um, and then I was like, well, by not doing it, you're leaving money on the table. Being able to offer this service to clients can make a huge difference to your clients and can be financially beneficial as an agency. So yeah, it really went from there.
Great. Now, what is your most important acquisition channel to get new customers on board right now?
Yeah, so at the moment, we're actually doing quite successful with Google AdWords. We are slowly ramping up our content marketing, and we'll be running sponsored ads to social media and stuff like that, and do sort of a long burn customer funnel that way. But right now, Google AdWords is providing a decent ROI, and yeah, working well.
So, are you getting leads from the WordPress platform as well, or is it just paid marketing?
So we get leads from we're in a lot of WordPress groups. So a lot of either agency groups or WordPress groups. We tend to get mentioned a lot, which is really nice. So yeah, but at the moment our plugin we use to connect to our SaaS platform isn't in the repo, so we don't exactly get any leads that way.
So, back to you as the founder, what is your most valuable lesson up to this point?
Most valuable lesson: don't underprice yourself in your pricing plans. We recently put up our pricing plans last year, and we were just too cheap. And since we've increased our prices, we've actually got more customers. I think it's a value perception thing. So I would say definitely don't undervalue what you're offering.
Love it. Great, Adam. Well, thanks for sharing the story behind Split Hero. Now, let's wrap it up with a lightning round of 6 questions to inspire others. Before we dive into today's lightning round, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor. Do you want to build your product the best way possible? Then you probably know that listening to your user feedback is crucial in building new features that will help them solve their problems more easily and thus making your product more valuable. Upvoty provides you with feedback boards, a product roadmap, and a changelog to make the process of gathering and managing feedback a lot more efficient. You are getting a 10% discount on all of their plans with the code PIRATES. So go to upvoty.com and start your 14-day free trial today. Now, let's go back to the interview. If you would start a SaaS today, or I guess a WordPress plugin, what would be the first action to take?
Presale. Always presale. So if you have an idea and you believe in it and you believe other people want it, the only way you're going to get people will always tell you what you want to hear, even friends, even people, that like you, they're just not going to tell you the truth. And people will say, yeah, I would buy that. But until they put their hand in their pocket, it's kind of hard to quantify. So pre-sale, what we did with Split Hero is we literally launched a real basic one-page website. And at this point, nothing was built at all. I literally done some really rough visuals of this is probably what it's going to look like. And this is roughly how it's going to work. And pre-sell it. So we pre-sold enough licenses on a lifetime deal basis to fund the whole development of the project. So I would say it's definitely my number one tool, because the plan for the pre-sale was if we launch a pre-sale and no one's interested, we're not going to waste that time building it,
Yeah, I can relate to that. The real validation starts with paying customers, right?
Exactly.
What are some of your favorite software that you can live without in running daily operations of Split Hero?
Sure. So Upvoty is one, because it fills in the gap that basically the other major software we use is user.com. So that takes care of our knowledge base, user tracking, live chat, and a bunch of other stuff. And Upvoty fills in the gap where they don't do change logs or roadmaps. So those two together is literally our full suite pretty much.
Wow, great to see Upvoty on this list. What is your favorite app on your phone?
Oh, my favorite app on is actually Spark, because I have so many email accounts. It's really handy being able to access them all.
And what is your favorite book that you would recommend to people that are starting in SaaS?
Oh, good question. Probably Rich Dad Poor Dad. I can't remember the author's name, but that's a really good book.
What SaaS brand do you admire the most?
I'm a real fan of a SaaS platform called Better Proposals. It's something we've used a long time in my agency business, and I know the owner quite well, and like I'm admired from where he started to where he is now.
That's actually an interesting one. Well, great, Adam. Thanks for your time today and sharing your story with us. To conclude this interview, where can we learn more about you and Split Hero?
Sure. So you can, to be honest, Twitter at Split Hero, and like I say, splithero.com. You can feel free to send me a message through there. They're probably the two places you're going to get me quickest, and hello at splithero.io.
Thanks for listening to this awesome episode of the SaaS Pirates podcast. You can find us on all of your favorite podcast apps, as well as on YouTube, where you'll find these episodes recorded in video. Also, if you're into SaaS, come and join the SaaS Pirates Facebook group. We would love to have you on board. As always, if you enjoyed this episode, please give us a review. It'll help us reach more people like yourself. Without further ado, till next time, take care.